I feel like I'm floating on a raft.
Oh, tell me more.
I'm just surrounded by water.
Mm-hmm.
And I feel like I'm a boy.
Mm-hmm. Can you look down at your body and describe what you see?
I think I'm a younger boy and I have raggedy shoes on
Mm-hmm.
and a tattered wrap or shorts. I can't really tell.
Mm-hmm. How old are you?
I think 12.
You're 12. And where are you headed in this raft? Look ahead of you and see where you're going.
I think down the river. I'm not sure where.
Okay. All right. Take a look around you in the raft and tell me, is there anyone there with you?
I'm alone.
Okay. And how is this raft moving? Are you paddling it or is it moving on its own?
Well, I have a long stick.
Okay. Very good. I want you to touch base with your emotions right now as this little boy and tell me how you're feeling.
I'm kind of in awe. I'm not really sure what I'm doing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just I just see trees on both sides. I'm not sure if it's a river or a lake,
Mm-hmm.
then open water.
Mm-hmm. What time of the day is it?
I think it's early morning.
Mm-hmm. Do you see any wildlife on the shores around you?
No, but I can hear the, the frogs and the crickets.
Mm-hmm. Very good. I want you to look around you now and tell me, have you noticed everything that's important for you to see?
I think there's a flag post up ahead.
Okay. I want you to move forward to that flag post. Move forward, we're going to drift and float. And you're there now. Tell me the importance of that and what you see.
This is where I get off and go to shore.
Okay. I want you to go ahead and park that raft, bring it over to shore, and stand up. And as you walk out of that raft, tell me what you see around you and ahead of you.
I see some ships and I see people getting off the ships and kind of crowds just mulling around.
Mm-hmm. And
And
as
it's like there's brick sidewalks or brick roads.
mhm. Keep moving forward, and as you're walking through these crowds, look around you and tell me the important things that you see. Where are you going?
I feel like I'm walking to a library. I don't know why.
Keep going, move forward, and tell me what you see as you're walking towards the library.
I see buildings
Mhm.
and I see old cars.
You see anyone you know?
No,
want you to move forward in this scene. And now you're in front of the library. Tell me what happens next.
And it's a huge building, and there's lots of stairs, and I'm just looking up at it.
I want you to go inside that library. And as you move in, I want you to tell me what you see and who you see.
I see an older man with like a glass chain on his eye, sort of like glasses, but it's just over one eye.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a handkerchief in his pocket, and he's kind of bending down, looking at me.
Is he familiar to you?
I think he might be my grandpa that I knew very little. He died when I was 5, so I don't remember him very well, but that's the feeling I'm getting, that he could be my grandpa.
Yeah. So I want you to look up at him and smile and tell me about what happens between the two of you. What happens next?
He's patting me on the head.
Yeah. I want you to look deep into his eyes, the window to the soul, and tell me who you see deep in those eyes.
I think it's my dad.
Oh, wonderful. And as you recognize that soul and you feel a sense of warmth and love, put a look inside your heart and tell me what emotions you're experiencing right now.
I am. I've been feeling overwhelmed with love since you started talking. I just feel love, just love in my heart.
Oh, wonderful. Okay. What happens next with this man that you're with?
He takes my hand and we leave the library. He's holding my hand and we're walking down this sidewalk or this street.
And where are you heading?
I'm not sure.
Mm-hmm. Well, I want you to float up, you and this lovely man, and move forward, drift and float until you arrive at the destination of where you're walking to. Be there now and tell me what you see.
We're going to his house.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a big white house with a porch and a white picket fence in front of it. It's kind of close to the street. And there are other houses around it.
Mm-hmm. And as you walk through that picket fence and up the porch and into that house together, I want you to tell me what you see as you walk inside that home.
I see my grandma inside and she's making food.
Mm-hmm.
She's older and she has an apron on.
And what is she cooking?
I think she's making sandwiches.
Mm-hmm. Is there anyone else there with you?
Just my grandma and grandpa.
Okay. All right. And is this home familiar to you?
Yes.
Is this where you live?
I don't think so. It's
And
my grandparents' house.
mhm. Tell me the feeling you have when you're in this house with your grandparents. Please.
Safe, and I just feel safe and happy to see them.
Mhm.
And I just sit at the table with the plastic tablecloth.
Very good. And what happens next?
My grandma brings us our sandwiches and we all sit down to eat.
Mhm. I want you to look around you now and make sure that you told me everything that is important about this scene.
There's a back porch and it just doesn't seem right.
Mm-hmm. Tell me why.
I don't know, it just makes me afraid.
Okay. All right, so I want you to rise up above that back porch and you're just going to observe it. You're not going to be involved, you're just going to observe it. And tell me what it is about that back porch that seems a little off to you.
I just have a scared feeling. I don't know why.
Okay. Do you see anything important that you'd like to share about what that back porch is
I
looking like?
can see the window that's looking out on the yard, and there's like a big gap where the basement stairs go, so you have to be careful that when you walk around the ledges of the back porch, you won't fall.
Right, right. Well, you're going to be very careful there. Very careful. Is there anything else you see around that back porch?
I think it's a man, it's maybe a neighbor or something.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know who, he's just kind of scary looking, just
Okay.
kind of like with a mustache and creepy eyes.
So this man makes you feel uncomfortable.
Yes.
All right. Well, we're going to float away from that man now. And we're going to close this scene. And we're going to drift and float ahead in this lifetime. Drift and float. And we're going to go to the most necessary time and the most relevant event. And you're going to be there now.
I don't see anything.
What are you feeling?
I just kind of feel nothing.
Mm-hmm. Look around you and tell me if you see colors.
I see clouds.
You see clouds. And are you among the clouds?
I feel like I'm observing from above the clouds.
You are. And do you feel as though you're standing on ground or are you floating in the air?
Maybe Maybe standing on the ground looking up at the clouds.
Okay, very good. And as you stand there and look at the clouds, I want you to just relax and breathe. And relax and feel your body. And I want you to look down at your body and describe what you see.
I'm older. I'm a man.
Mm-hmm.
I'm kind of in an open field and it feels like there's like an airplane next to me.
Mm-hmm. Can you turn towards that airplane now and describe it for me?
There's only room for one or two people in there and it's opened. It's not enclosed at all.
Mm-hmm.
So that when you go up in the air, you can feel the breeze. And
And what's your relationship to this airplane?
I feel like it might be mine.
Mm-hmm. You see yourself flying this airplane?
Yeah,
Okay. I want you to walk over to that airplane now. And I want you to do a check. Make sure it's flight ready in your mind.
it's ready.
Okay.
It's good. I need to put goggles on.
Okay. I want you to climb up into that plane. And I want you to take that plane up into the air and tell me what happens and tell me what you see.
I'm flying and I'm in the clouds and I can see the cornfield below.
Do you feel like you've been doing this for a long time, flying this plane?
No, not a long time.
Mm-hmm. And how does it feel when you're flying?
Free. I feel free when I'm up there.
Yeah. What happens next?
I just circle around and then I land.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And do you land on a runway or do you land in a field?
I land in the cornfield.
Okay.
There's an open space in the cornfield.
Yeah. And as you land that plane, is there anyone there waiting for you as you land?
I think it's my grandma again that's there waving to me.
She is. And how do you feel when you see her?
Happy, and I smile and I wave back.
Mm-hmm. What happens next?
We get into my truck and I bring her back to her house.
Oh, very good. Lovely. So you've dropped your grandmother off down. You felt the love. And as you head home, I want you to tell me what you see on that drive.
I'm, I, I feel like I'm driving and I'm going kind of to a secluded, it looks like a farm
Mm-hmm.
area where I have a house, like kind of an old house, a
Mm-hmm.
small old house.
Mm-hmm. And as you pull up and you park the truck and you get out, as you walk inside that house, look around you and tell me if there's anyone there waiting for you.
I think there's no one there.
Okay. Can you look around that house and describe it for me? What do you see?
I see a small living room, kind of with a tattered couch and a mirror above the couch, and then a chair and a window.
Are there any pets waiting for you in this house?
There's a bedroom with a squeaky bed.
And how
And
old are you?
I'd say 34.
Okay, very good. I want you to look around and make sure that you told me everything important in this scene.
I think I'm lonely there.
Yeah, you're lonely. Hmm.
I think I'm not, I think I'm lonely.
Okay, all right. At any time, was there a family living in this home with you?
I think I had a wife,
Hmm. What do you think happened to that wife?
and she was sick,
She was sick. Tell me more.
and she was sick in bed, and I think she died in her bed.
She did. I want you to remember that wife when she was sick in that bed and you were caring for her and loving her. I want you to see her now in your mind's eye when she was sick.
And
Can you tell me what illness she had?
I think she had cancer.
Okay,
I don't know if they knew that that's what it was.
right, right. I want you to look into her eyes as you're sitting next to the bed with her. Look deep into her eyes and tell me if that soul is familiar to you.
I think it might be Jamie.
Yeah. I want you to feel the love you have for Jamie. You don't need to connect with the sadness. You can just observe it and recognize Jamie. Yeah. I want you to float up above that scene now. Float up above that scene now. And I want you to tell me what the lesson that you and your wife were learning in this lifetime together?
what true love is,
Mm-hmm.
and and caring.
And connectedness. I want you to move forward. I want you to leave this scene, close this scene, close that love and remember that love. And I want you to move and drift forward to when you are an old man in this lifetime, getting towards the end of your life, into an important day and a relevant time to move forward to this important event. Be there now and tell me what you see.
Well, I think I'm watching fireworks,
Mm-hmm. Tell me more.
and I think it's really, really hot, and I'm dressed warmly, like with long sleeves and suspenders, and my cane, and I'm just kind of watching the fireworks.
Mm-hmm. Who's with you?
Younger kids, but I don't know who they are.
Okay. All right. You look around.
Younger young adults,
Mm-hmm.
teenagers.
Mm-hmm. And how old are you?
84.
Okay. Very good. You look around and see if there's anyone that feels very familiar to you around you.
I think my brother's there.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they're his grandkids.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Very good. What else is important about this scene?
I just love watching the fireworks and being with the people I love
Mm-hmm.
and just being able to be out.
Mm-hmm. What are you feeling emotionally?
I'm feeling grateful that I'm with them. And I know I don't have a lot of time left. And I'm happy I can experience this.
Right. I want you to move forward now and to close this scene. And we're going to move forward to the very last day, to your very last breath in this lifetime. And you'll not feel any discomfort, simply a sense of peace. And I want you to tell me what the lessons were in this lifetime. And if you feel like you accomplished them, tell me now.
I feel like I was supposed to learn to deal with the loss and move on and make a better life for myself, but I didn't do that.
You didn't do that.
I was just, I just was just solitary. I was just alone a lot.
Mm-hmm. And how do you feel about that now?
I have regrets.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I would have tried to make some happiness for myself,
Mm-hmm.
but it's too late now.
Mm-hmm. Okay, now I want you to take the last breath in this lifetime and just release all the cares and connections from that lifetime, and know that you're floating back up, back up. Your spirit is free and you're floating towards source. And I want you to look around you and tell me what you experience and tell me what you see.
I'm floating up backwards,
You are. Tell me more.
and it just feels like I'm just floating and it's great. And I'm floating backwards, but I know I'm going toward the big yellow light.
Mm-hmm.
And when I'm floating, I see flashes of my life.
You do. Tell
Yeah.
me about
I see my plane again, and I see my wife,
that. Mm-hmm.
my grandmother's house, and I just am happy to be going home.
And as you drift towards that golden light, tell me what you start to feel emotionally.
I'm feeling excited. I'm feeling I want to get there now.
Yeah.
And I'm just floating slowly backward.
Yeah. And as you float back towards source, and you have that intense feeling of love,
Mhm.
can we connect with the higher, most greatest source of Peggy now? Let's invite her in, the higher self of Peggy. Can we speak with her now?
Yes,
Peggy, in this lifetime, has been working diligently on becoming a better person. Is she on the right path? Is she listening to the messages and the signals that you're sending her?
yes, yes, yes.
Okay. Tell me more about that.
She's learned a lot through her pain.
She's learned so many important lessons through Jamie's illness. Has she gained the insight and the knowingness that she had intended in this lifetime?
Yes, it took her a while, but yes.
Okay. What's the most important lesson that Peggy's learned in this lifetime that will advance her soul and all that is?
Love. Just love everyone. Love is so important. And kindness. Just love and kindness. And I feel so much love in my heart and for everyone. And it's just love. That's what it is. It's love.
And Jamie, I'd like to invite you in now. We know you're here. We can feel you. Your mom has some questions for you. And I'm hoping that you can give us some insight and clarity and that she can blend with your energy now. You come in for us. Jamie, are you happy now? And how is your transition? Your mom would like to know what the experience is like for you now and how you crossed over.
It was quick. It was very quick. I was
Mm.
surprised at first. I didn't realize that I died right away. I was just there and then I wasn't.
And what was the feeling like when you crossed over?
I was shocked and I knew my mom was going to be so sad.
Are you happy now? Your mom really wants to make sure that you're happy and safe.
I'm very happy. And I'm with people I love.
And what are you working on in heaven? What is your focus of your energy and your intention now?
I help young ones that cross over.
And how do you do that?
I welcome them and I make sure they know that they're in heaven. I welcome them. I welcome the souls that come to heaven.
Yeah.
I do.
You spend a lot of time around your family.
Yes, I do. I spend a lot of time around my sisters, my mom and dad, my dog, and I tickle my mom's neck so she knows it's me.
What other signs do you send the family so that they can look out for you and know that you're there?
I play with the lights.
Mm-hmm. Is that easy to do or hard to do?
It's getting easier because I'm learning more.
Oh, it's so great. Mm-hmm.
It's fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so your mom is working very hard on being a better person. She's learned so much from your lives together, and she's working on manifesting abundance. What can you share with her about how to improve in that area? And if she's doing well, what would you like to tell her?
You're doing very well. You have your family, and that's so abundant for you. And you have your job that you love. And it's coming. Everything is good, Mom. Everything is really good.
Um, what else would you like to tell your mom? You have such a wonderful, larger perspective. What would you like to share with her now?
That you did right. You helped me, and you have nothing to be sad about. You helped me, Mom. You were always there. So is Dad. Dad was more silent, and you were more verbal about my illness, and you would talk to me about it. And I know how much you worried about me. I'm sorry, but I'm so good.
Amy, can I ask you now to bring your energy into your mother in a really strong way and pump it up so that she has that opportunity to feel that vibration and set that resonance so that she can more clearly feel you on a daily basis. Let her know exactly right now what your energy feels like.
Oh, I can feel it in my throat.
Thank you so much, Jamie. Thank you. Let her know what that energy feels like so when you're there, she knows right where to go to connect with you and feel your intention and your energy and your emotions.
I feel it in my throat. You're there.
Okay, good. Well, Jamie, I want you to stay with us. Your energy is so lovely. And I want to invite in Peggy's mom now. Um, Peggy has a bit of a sense of sadness about the rockiness of your relationship, and she knows that all there is love. So, can you talk with her about the relationship you had, the two of you had in this incarnation, and what she needs to know, and what would be important for her to know so that she can feel more at peace with what happened between the two of you?
She said I needed to learn how to be a good mom and not make the mistakes that she did.
Okay. So, you were the example of kind of what to do different or better.
And that she was raised in a dysfunctional household, and I wasn't supposed to repeat that pattern with
Okay.
my kids.
Mm-hmm. What kind of signs do you send Peggy? Can you share with her when you come around her and how you do that so she'll know more clearly that you're there?
I give her the smell of like rose perfume.
Okay. Is that a perfume you wore in your incarnation as your mother?
Yes.
Okay. All right. How can Peggy best be helpful and loving to not only the rest of her family members around this, but herself as well? Can you share with her some guidance or wisdom that would be helpful for her as she moves forward?
She can spend it with her grandson. She has so much fun with him,
Okay.
and she's so happy when she's with Elliot and Tucker.
Mm-hmm.
She just needs to forgive herself.
I'm going to invite Peggy's dad now to step forward and blend his energy with Peggy so that she can feel the distinct vibration of her dad.
He's just smiling. He, that's my dad.
Yeah. Dad, can you pump up the energy for Peggy so that she can feel you really clearly and be able to pick up on you when you're around her in the future?
she she feels me. She's heard my voice.
Well, you sound like a fun guy.
I'm a jokester and I'm fun.
Mhm. Can you tell us, Dad, if Peggy's twin brother Paul is with all of you in spirit?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Does he ever come around Peggy and the family?
Yes, but she never ever feels them.
Why?
She's not paying attention to the signs.
Well, tell me what sign that she can pay attention to.
I tap her on the shoulder in the middle of the night and she never, ever, ever feels me.
Okay. Well, how can she start looking for you throughout the day, Paul?
Just don't doubt it. Just know that it's a sign. Don't just think, oh, that was nothing. It's me. I'm watching over you.
Oh,
I'm watching over you.
yeah.
There's a reason that you lived and I died.
What was that reason?
Because I had things to do on the other side.
Okay. Okay.
And you had things to learn here.
Well, is she doing a good job of learning her lessons, Paul, in this lifetime?
She is. She's learned so much.
What would you like to share with her about how she can move forward for the greatest good of her soul in this lifetime?
I didn't hear that.
What would you like to share with her about how she can best move forward for the greater good of her soul in this lifetime? You have such a broader perspective, Paul.
Oh, she needs to continue to love and be empathetic like she is. She needs to just keep doing what she's doing. She's 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 making the world a better place just by the love she puts out there.
Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you. I'd like to call on everyone now, Jamie and Peggy's mom and dad and Paul and Jamie's higher self and the angels and archangels and Mother Mary for some healing. Peggy's been suffering from stage fright since she was a child. She also has issues with anxiety and PTSD and holds a lot of stress in her body. Can we do a clearing now, an energy healing to release these issues from Peggy's body and from her energy field? We come in now and just clear that energy and bring love and healing into that place. In the higher self of Peggy, can you tell us what Peggy can do on a daily basis to work for a healing in these areas?
To love herself as much as she loves everyone else.
How can she do that? We're human and we're so practical. Are there some practical suggestions you can give to Peggy to help her love herself as much as she gives out in love?
She needs to forgive herself. It's not her fault that Jamie was sick. She needs to let that go.
Or is she holding that stress in her body because of the guilt she feels?
Yes, it should have been me, not him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we can release that sadness now, knowing that everything is as it is supposed to be, that everything is unfolding for the greatest love and the greatest good for all, and that we're all together in love for eternity, and that everything is exactly how it's supposed to be. Now, Peggy's higher self, very good. And Jamie, I'd like to invite you back in, step forward and blend with your mom so she can feel your energy and your love. And tell us, what would you like to share with your father right now?
You were so selfless, Dad. You would bring me to my hockey games at 11 o'clock at night, in the middle of winter, just so I could play hockey.
And how did that make you feel in this lifetime? When
It
you were,
made me feel so happy that my dad would do that for me. My
mm-hmm.
dad did so much for me too. He did he would sit in the cold hockey rinks just so I could play. That was the only thing I had was hockey. And my dad would take me to all my games.
And what signs do you give to your dad? How do you show yourself to him throughout the day? How can he know that you're there?
He knows I leave him dimes. My dad sees a lot of cardinals. He feels me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He feels me.
Okay. Very good. What would you what would you like to share with your mom right now, Jamie?
I love you so much. I have so much love for you. I love you, Mom, so much, and I thank you for all the sacrifices you made.
Jamie, I want to thank you for coming in today and sharing with us. And I want to thank Peggy's mom and family and dad and everyone. And any final thoughts? That anyone
My
share?
family just needs to move on and be happy. They know they'll see me again. They know. They know.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Peggy, I want you to reach out energetically with a big, loving hug and connect in a deep and meaningful way with every person there that loves you so deeply. Knowing that you are together now in some form and you'll be together soon in full form. And thank them.
I thank you and I love you all so much. And I can feel your love. I can feel it in my throat. I don't know why I feel it in my throat, but I feel it there and I'm so happy. Thank you. I love and miss you all. I know you're with me. And we'll see each other again. Jamie, I just don't want you to let go.
Thank you. And now, Peggy, I want you to take a few deep breaths as you let that love just fill your body.
It's just filling me up so much.
And love and intense joy of source. And the gratitude we have that they are so connected with us.
And thank you, everyone. Thank you for coming to me.
And we're going to bring your light body back to your physical body now, gently and lovingly, Just bringing your energy back to your physical form. All of your renewed and relied energy and vibrant energy is returning now. And that sense of love permeates every cell of your body. And that sense of knowingness that everyone is with you at all times. And you're returning now to your everyday awareness in your consciousness, filled with gratitude.
Oh, so much gratitude. I'm so thankful.
You're just now waking up naturally and completely and fully, yet holding all that love within your expanded being.
Why do I feel it in my throat so much?
That's such a gift.
I feel it in my heart and I feel it in my throat. I just feel so much love.
It's the best gift of all.
I'm so lucky. Thank you. How would we do this? To feel him.
He's so there with you.
He is.
He's so there, and he's such a nice soul.
Why am I crying so much?
Because you're happy. It's the best thing there is. The best thing there is. I'm gonna need a nap after.
I don't even know, like, if it's like that past life was real. How do I know if that was real?
Oh, it is. It's just our conscious mind starts coming in and doubting. Yeah.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
I'm an ugly crier, so it's not going to be pretty, but I don't care.
Okay, so I'm going to tell you this, and I never say it before the session, but Jamie's been here with me since yesterday. He's been popping in and out. And what I want to say to you, I just got goosebumps all over, which is like the total sign. And I want to say to you as a mom is, he is such a nice soul. I mean, his energy is so just wonderful and kind and loving and just nice, just so pleasant. So he was here yesterday, he was here this morning. I was like, and he's just been so looking forward to this.
Oh. He just thank him so much. He was teased mercilessly as he was a child because he had epilepsy and he had seizures. And he was able to forgive those kids that teased him before I was. And he taught me how to do that.
Yeah.
That was a lesson he taught me.
He's such a beautiful soul and such a great connection for you. You guys have been doing this for so long.
I love him so much. I just love him so much, and I'm so grateful he was here. He sent us our Mason, our grandson. I know he did.
Well, that was such a beautiful session. Thank you. Thank you for allowing me.
And thank you, Elisa, for posting that on your page so I could see it.
Yeah. Well, what I want you to do now is drink a little water, have a little something to eat. That food instantly will ground your body. You might feel a little spacey. If you eat something, you're going to come back in a more meaningful way. And then probably, you're going to be somewhat connected in the next hours, and tonight you might have some wild dreams
Oh, I hope so.
because that energetic connection is so strong for you right now. You know, it's just so strong that it might continue on. You might have some experiences later on today and tonight.
Will I be able to share this with my family?
Oh yeah, I've recorded this whole thing.
Okay.
So I'm going to send you the recording. It takes Zoom a little while to process the recordings.
Okay.
So they send me an email when the link is ready, and
Okay.
I will send that right over to you. And what I want you to do is make sure you download it onto your computer right away,
Okay.
because the files are so big, they don't keep them for very long. They have to,
Okay.
we have to keep them moving through. So download it right away onto your
Okay.
computer.
Okay.
And then I think that's it. If it would be so helpful for me if you could share your experience.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I've got several sessions open in February for other parents. And so if you know of anyone that's lost a child that would like a session, please pass my name along to them.
I will.
I love doing this. It's like the best thing I do. It's such a heartwarming thing. So
So you lost a daughter, did you say?
good.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You know, I am too. But, you know, it's like I look back now and, you know, I know it was all part of the plan, but still, you know, as moms, it's like we can know on a higher level, but still as moms, it's like it it can get tough.
It's tough.
Yeah,
It's the toughest.
it is. It's the toughest lesson, and we signed up for it. Can you imagine that?
That's what I say all the time. Why the heck did I sign up for this?
Yeah, I said I'm not doing this again. I got hoodwinked into this one.
I said I want to come back next time and I want to be awake already and I don't want to have to learn all these lessons all over again.
Yeah, and just be around everybody I love all the time. That's,
Yep. That's when I'm the happiest, for
yeah.
sure. All right, well, thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
again. And if there's anything you want to touch base with me about, I'm always here for you. And I appreciate you so much. And I love your family. I've
Thank
met
you.
them all. So,
They're the best. They're the best. Thank you so much.
okay, sweetie, have a good rest of the day. I'm going to end the meeting now and I'll send that file over to you just as soon as it's ready.
Okay, thank you.
All right, take care. Bye
Bye.
bye.